Okay, this is Jamal Lewis, and so this video is going to be a little bit funny, I think, because it is about celebrating Valentine's Day, right? So I called it, if you want to keep your love strong, don't make this mistake. Celebrate Valentine's in another day. So I'm going to share with you real quick the story of Valentine's because everybody's getting excited about Valentine's right now. And I'm going to share with you the story of Valentine's. So I'm going to read it actually so we can get everything covered. It says in the third century, the Roman Empire was ruled by Emperor Claudius II. He was nicknamed Claudius the Cruel because of his harsh leadership and his tendencies for getting into wars and abusing his people. In fact, he was getting into so many wars during the third century that he was having a difficult time recruiting enough soldiers. Claudius believed that recruitment for the army was down because the Roman men did not want to leave their loved ones and family behind. So he canceled all the marriages and engagements in Rome. Okay. Thousands of couples saw their hopes of matrimony dashed by a single act of a tyrant, and no one seemed interested in standing up to the emperor. So there's a simple Christian priest named Valentine, and he come forward and stood up for love. He began to secretly marry soldiers off before they went into war, and despite the emperor's orders, in 269 AD, Claudius found out about the secret ceremonies that were going on. So he had Valentine thrown into prison and deemed that he would put him to death. Valentine was awaiting execution and fell in love with a blind girl who happened to be the jailer's daughter. On the eve of his execution, with no writing instruments, Valentine is said to have written a sonnet in ink that he squeezed from violets. Legend has it that his words made the blind woman see again. It was a brief romance because the next day, Valentine was clubbed to death by the executioners. So he didn't have much time to enjoy his lady. St. Valentine gave his life so that young couples could be bonded together in holy matrimony. And it says that they may have killed the man, but not his spirit. Even centuries after his death, the story of Valentine's self-sacrificing commitment to love was legendary in Rome, and eventually he was granted sainthood in the Catholic Church and decided to create a feast in his honor. They picked February 14th as his day of celebration because in ancient beliefs, that was the day that birds, love birds, and also the owls began to mate on that very day. Okay. So, look, it's a pretty grotesque story. I guess you could say it's like a love story because he died, but he didn't end up, one, enjoying the love. It was a change that happened right after his death. He didn't enjoy the love. He didn't get a chance to do so. And also, what a cruel way to die. But I get what he was looking for. So he was looking to help people to create stronger relationships. And so I'll tell you a couple things right here. I would say that it might make more sense for you, and you can do it on Valentine's Day if you like. But you can do it the day before or the day after, right? And the reason why is because Valentine's Day is a 14-day, which is a 5-day. And 5 is about freedom, expression. It's about them having the ability to do what they want to do and not be restricted by anything. So 5s could be loyal in relationships. Usually they're very, very expressive. And here's something here from my man, Mr. Hans. And he says, 5 is extremely independent, mind and soul. She's an adventurer and a risk taker who has a hard time staying in one place, in one job, and in one relationship or one house. So it doesn't mean that because you celebrate Valentine's on the 14th that all of a sudden like things are going to go right. It's just because that's a day for freedom. So a lot of times, a lot of people don't have Valentine's, right? And most people, single people, are looking for a Valentine's or wanting to have a Valentine. And so, 5 is typically not necessarily a day that we consider to be associated with that warm and cozy, fuzzy kind of feeling, right? You might find that with 2 and 6s. So on the 2nd of a month, but that's kind of far from Valentine's Day. And 6s are good as well. So 6 will be the 15th. And so 6s are very harmonious, very loving. So you can get a little bit more of that fuzzy nature. 4 is a good day as well because 4 is the 13th, right? Is about structure and is strong and is solid. So if you're building a relationship or you built a relationship, then if you want to express your love, during a time around the season for love. There's no rule that says you have to do it on that particular day, which is the 15th, but you can celebrate it the day before, so you can consciously build love and structure and commitment and loyalty. Those are all things that come in before it. If those are the characteristics that you want to see more of in your relationship, well, when you celebrate on that day, you celebrate that kind of energy, the commitment, the love, the structure, and not structure in the bad way, but structure in that a relationship has structure. There's parties in relationship, people, family, and everything involved. So that 4 is good to bring that together. The 6 is more nurturing for that as well. So depending on what you want, either the nurturing feel, or you want more, more structure in your relationship. So you want more long-term thinking, because 4 is like a house, it's built, right? So as you want to build something long-term, you would choose one of those days. Right. So numbers are good for these kinds of things, because I always say, look, if they're good enough for your finances, for your account balances, for your, for the cash registers in the store, clocks, the gas pumps, and even more practically, they're also used to guide ships from continent to continent, airplanes from country to country. So I think they've proven their worthiness and effectiveness and efficiency, efficacy, if you want to say, with predictability, that we can use them to guide our lives, right? So that's it. Celebrate your Valentine's whenever you want to. I'm just saying that it's good to go with the flow and the flow of energy on Valentine's Day. There's a lot of history. Somebody die over love. And as much as you love your partner and your spouse, I'm sure you probably want to stay and be with them, to enjoy them, and not necessarily die a tragic death because, it was romantic. You might want to stay and spend more time with them, and you can do more romantic stuff along the way with that as well. So anyways, but that's what I wanted to put. Valentine's Day is coming up, and so people are wondering about it. If you need any readings for Valentine's Day, or you want to get details on it, feel free to inbox me, message me, click on the link, whatever you find the video at. And I'll talk to you soon. This is Jamal Lewis, and wishing you a happy Valentine's season. Take care.